Hello and welcome to Media7. I'm Russell Brown. In this program, we'll quiz the owner of the National Business Review about a new way of paying for stories that has many journalists up in arms. But first, Jose Barbosa explains why Austin, Texas is, for 2 weeks every year, the coolest place in the world.
South by Southwest is a 10-day extravaganza where everyone in the world goes to Austin and tries to get noticed. Whether it be through the miserable art of flash mobbing or riveting hotel room video blogs.
We have an ice cooler, we have complimentary, we have complimentary water.
It's actually 3 annual festivals that run concurrently under the same banner. There's South by Southwest Film, designed to showcase new movies by emerging talent. South by Southwest Interactive is all about new technologies. A star of this year's festival was Highlight. It's an app designed to collect information from other users nearby and render your hippocampus useless.
Like, how many times have you been in a room with someone and you know you met them but you can't remember their name? You can look at Highlight and see their name.
Some lukewarm controversy got stirred up when plucky British agency BBH tried to create awareness around the homeless problem.
Some homeless people in Texas are being used as walking Wi-Fi hotspots, and to critics, the key word is used. The homeless people then collected donations from people on the street who wanted to connect to their Wi-Fi.
Why don't we just dress them up in aluminum foil? How about dress them in rabbit costume?
But when South by Southwest started in 1987, it was a music festival. Nowadays, the live performance part of the shebang takes over the whole town. In the 10 days of the festival, just over 2,000 gigs are played. It's huge, as are some of the acts that appear. 50 Cent, Eminem, Uncle Fester and Bruce Springsteen. Even Jay-Z turned up, but only to create the festival's most awkward moment, forcing 3,000 Caucasians to say nigger.
Who I'm rolling with, huh? Rockefeller. Rough Riders. Now I'm going back a little bit. It's almost over, y'all. I really stand.
So important is South by Southwest, the New Zealand Music Commission attends every year, lending support, financial or otherwise, to local acts who make the pilgrimage. The ragged dash by New Zealand acts to maximise exposure at the festival has been ably documented by the New Zealand Herald's Hugh Sunday.
It's so much time goes into getting a band here. Like, we've got management that have done a lot of the work for us, but there's so much chasing up this and that, because you only get one gig from the festival, so you've got to find yourself all kinds of other ones.
So that's South by Southwest. By all accounts, a relaxing couple of days.
Jose Barbosa there. Joining me now are 2 men who made the pilgrimage to Austin this year, creative director and social media evangelist, Vaughan Davis, and the editor of Volume magazine, Sam Wicks. Welcome to you both, and welcome back as well.
We made it back.
Vaughan, I have to say, from your online accounts, a lot of it seems to be about getting into the right parties. Would that be fair?
Absolutely. There was a graphic I was looking at earlier tonight that was looking at the buzz, the tweets around events, and the number of tweets around parties outweighed the number of tweets around panels, something like 6 to 1. The whole event is about influence. It's about connecting with the right people, and it's about making deals and, you know, selling what you've got to sell. And the parties is where that happens. The exclusivity built around these parties is just insane. It's absolutely curated, it's absolutely contrived, but it goes to amazing levels. You know, I was accompanying a New York agency group that came down. There's about 8 guys. One of whom was solely there to get them into parties. So this guy was on the phone all day, he had wristbands in his pocket, and he took us out to this place. We got into the W Hotel. W Hotel's pretty exclusive. Got us in there through the bouncer behind the rope. And we're about to grab a beer, and he says, no, come over here. Gets us into the back bar. Oh, cool, we're in. Just about to sit down, no, come over here. Gets us into the private party behind the back bar, behind the main bar. Exclusivity is everything at South by Southwest.
Who are they trying to impress?
I don't know, because it didn't impress me very much. I got down the back and there was just us. I kind of wanted to be out in the main bar. They're trying to impress, you know, the imaginary venture capitalists whom they imagine, you know, roam the streets.
This is the interactive side.
Yeah,
This is your great new app that's going to change the world.
Absolutely, and you know, a lot of apps get launched. You know, Twitter really sort of made it big there, Foursquare made it big there, and you know, there was a bunch of stuff that was bursting onto the scene there this year as well.
So, like the internet itself, it sounds like it's an attention economy.
Absolutely, attention economy. And I was, again, I'm glad I saw that video because, you know, everyone's view of South by is very, very different. It's like being one bee in the beehive. You know, apparently there were 8 things that made a huge amount of buzz at South by Southwest. I was there the whole time. I was awake for most of it. My eyes were open, and I saw 3 of them. You know, and one of them was a goat wearing an orange T-shirt. And if I don't notice a goat wearing an orange T-shirt, for those of you who know me, no one will.
People who know you will know that goats and orange T-shirts are pretty much your brand.
It's my gig. So, and it must have walked right past me. There must have been, you know, a gorilla juggling fire on the other corner. I missed it. It was. It's like trying to create buzz inside a beehive. Insane.
Sam Wicks, speaking of attention, gigs on every street for the music part of the conference, 2,000 of them in total. Is South by Southwest actually a good place to try and get noticed anymore?
It's a punt. I mean, as Nick Gaffney from Car and Knife Fight was saying, you go along, you get one official gig, you organise other shows around it. As to who's in that crowd, you're taking a chance, you know. I mean, I think fortunately for those guys, there was a big buzz around them, but you go to showcases where there's hardly anyone there. And that'll compare with, I mean, some of the shows that Jose was mentioning. I saw the Bruce Springsteen show. He played to a venue around the size of the power station. 50 Cent bringing Eminem on stage. You know, big name shows like that, through to just little clubs that no one knows who you are. So you're taking a punt, without a doubt. And it was literally a lottery to get into the Bruce Springsteen show, wasn't it? It was literally a lottery. Yeah, he was the keynote speaker this year, and he kicked off his address by saying there is no one keynote to strike at South by. You know, there's that many bands competing for your attention that there's multiple ways into this. You know. So what is the New Zealand Music Commission looking for there? Because as we noted in that track, they turn up every year, they provide support, they put on the New Zealand Showcase. What are they after there? They're after contacts. I mean, they're to connect the dots. They've been there for 10 years now, so they have all those contacts under their belt. There's a trade show there which is huge, and so they man a trade stand, so they can put people in contact with New Zealand music, with agents and so on. And then the showcase itself, it's all about getting people through the door, putting on New Zealand wine, bums on seats, and making a noise for what we're doing back here. And of course Kimbra was there, the New Zealand pop star. Apparently no New Zealand journalist could get interviews with her because she was so much in demand from foreign media. Yeah, that's right. Which sounds like a success. Yeah, you and I were able to get time with Jack White, but no time with Kimbra, you know. She was in demand. We were in Los Angeles beforehand, and her song with Gautier was all over Los Angeles radio, so you can see that she's on the cusp of something stateside. Meanwhile, with the Geeks Fawn, the big thing was... Thank you. Yeah, sorry. I meant Noel by it. Ambient location apps, what are they?
Yeah, well, they were touched on the video. These are location-based apps, and these are kind of the big buzz in the app world at South by Southwest. These are location-based apps that don't connect you to fixed places in space, like a coffee shop or a bar or whatever. They connect you to other people. So Highlight was one of them that was mentioned there, Glancy, and there's about 8 were launched all at the same time. But if you and I both were, you know, signed into this app and gave it permission, and we're just sort of walking out on the street, I might get a little buzz in my pocket that goes bzz. There's a guy called Russell nearby. You've got 22 things in common. Want to meet him? And up on a little map comes a picture of me and a picture of you, and it's up to us to make it happen. Tiny bit creepy, boy. Yeah, but you opted into this, and I opted into this, so it's all cool. So really, yeah. Are people going to opt into this sort of thing? Is this the next wave that you've been over there and seen? Well, the thing with Highlight, I'd really rename it Guylight, because 99% of the people I see opted into it are boys and looking for that that elusive 1%. Interesting potential at a population level. You know, apart from me and you meeting, if 10 of us were in a bar with this app and we all had this thing enabled, that bar could know what we're into, and it could automatically know what sort of music to play or automatically know what content to put on the screens. And I think that's really interesting. So you're never going to hear that song you've never heard before that blows your way in the jukebox. That's the implication, isn't it? Yeah. So curation is the death of happenstance, and that's that's the downside. But a lot of buzz around the apps and a lot of interest. So even if the apps themselves don't endure, maybe Facebook will pick up some of the functionality, and we'll see it become part of our digital lives. Sam, you were free, I gather, to wander over to the interactive part of the conference as well. Did you do any of that? A little bit of that. I saw actually Billy Corgan in discussion. There was a little clip up there, and he's still a whinging bastard, to be honest. He didn't have much to say, but I also caught Sean Parker in conversation with Al Gore, which was interesting. It was Sean Parker, the founder of Napster, early backer of Facebook. That's right. Now, so I imagine hard. Everyone must look at him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially courtesy of the social network connection. But being on the end of interactive, going to the music, you could see the whole city change. You went from button down tech folk through to rock and roll kids over a space of 2 days. So literally the streets of Austin emptied out of these tech folk and came the music people. It was amazing to watch.
It does sound extraordinary.
Yeah, really, truly.
How do the locals cope with it all?
The locals love it. I mean, Austin is not Texas. Austin is, it's like, I know, the Vatican within Rome. It's they have this great culture of keep Austin weird, and you can buy keep Austin weird T-shirts.
I hear Portland is challenging for that slogan now.
I believe it. But I mean, if you stay on the bus for one too many stops, you end up in Texas, and holy shit, you get back on the bus and go the other way. You get back to Austin. It is like flicking a switch. But it's a great town.
Yeah.
Now, Sam, you've got quite a lot in here in the latest issue of Volume. And I gather from what you were saying that you actually have to report back on what you've done to the conference organisers. I've never struck that before.
The lanyards are expensive, so I guess if they're vouching for you and they want you to go over there and shine a light on this huge conference, they want to see the outcome. So they've got a bunch of volumes on the way to them, and they know what we're doing.
Yeah, this is a 10-day party that costs $1,400 US to attend. So it's up there, you know.
And you also, let's get to this, Vaughan, you've got this black band on your wrist, which is this a magic band from Nike.
Yeah, this is not a telecom.
This is one of the 8 things that was
the game. This is
one of the 8 things that was a hit. What's it do?
So this is a thing from Nike called Nike. So this is why they showed it to me, so I'd show it to you. So this is Nike Plus Fuel. It's a constant wear motion sensor that they decided to launch not just anywhere, but to 50,000 of the world's lippiest digital people. And it's, instead of strapping it on and going for a run, you wear it all the time. So it monitors, that's just the time actually. It's not a very flash function. But it
says goal.
Goal, I reached my goal. I just got off my ass for most of the day, basically, which is pretty good for a geek audience. So it encourages you to get up, walk around, go up and down the stairs. And of course it syncs to my phone, and of course it syncs to my web account, and of course it automatically populates my Twitter and Facebook. So my other friends, I probably have no friends in New Zealand with this, but one day, will know what I've been doing, so we can motivate each other.
And you'll be able to show it off in bars, and that's the main thing.
Oh, I will. And they say, what's that? And I say, well, let me tell you, it's a Nike roll.
Oh, thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you, Vaughan Davis and Sam Wicks. Now, after the break, NBR's controversial new open freelancing scheme.